Hey everyone, Sadness here, and today I'm going to share with you my plan for beating the most insane Stardew Valley challenge run that I could come up with. I intend on beating the game, or at least the community center to start with one minor constraint. I can't use any items unless I already have a full stack or 999 of that item. Now, before I go over the rules for the challenge in more detail, I just want to address that although I'm sure many of you are like me and have been playing Stardew Valley for forever, love it, are really just waiting for Haunted Chocolatier to come out and doing dumb challenge runs while you wait, please, Concerned Dave, we need it. I'm also sure that there's a large subset of you that have never played Stardew Valley before and don't really know what it is. So, I'm gonna break it down real quick. One day you wake up, you hate your life, you call yourself Sadness, you wear emo clothes, you love hedgehogs, and oh yeah, your grandfather died. But he left you with a farm called Despair. So you quit your miserable life, move to this new decrepit farm where your new neighbor calls your house dilapidated and the mayor of the town tells you that every night he'll come by and take all of your unwanted possessions and pawn them off free of charge, even if it's millions of dollars of priceless fruit wine and thousands of bits of tree sap, all covered in raw, decaying fish and maple syrup. And this is Abigail. She eats rocks. She's hungry. Anyways, a few days later, the mayor will show you this building, the community center, even worse off than your granddad's house, and these apples will jump scare you, so you go talk to a literal wizard, and he just straight up drugs you, and then we wake up outside his front door, and now you see rainbow apples everywhere. You can understand the apples, and you have this new compulsion to collect random vegetables, rocks, and fish, and give them all to the apples for free without any clue why you're doing what you're doing, but we must appease the magical apples. They call themselves the Junimo. But yeah, I have issues, so instead of just giving them the items, I'm gonna make sure that I always have 999 in backup first. So now that all that's explained, the run can be defined using one simple rule. No non-key items can be lost after you're entering your inventory until you have at least a stack of them safely kept somewhere. Okay, so now let's define and clarify that rule. In Stardew Valley, there are items, and these items will go into your inventory and often can stack in your inventory up to 999 items. Just like how in Minecraft, you often will see like stacks of 64 items. Also like in Minecraft, not every item stacks. In Stardew, there's tools, clothing, and weapons, and those don't stack at all. Notably, some items in Stardew Valley have qualities. There's the common quality, the silver star, the gold star, and the iridium star quality. Each of these is a distinct item and occupies a different slot in your inventory and stacks independently. So we will be treating every single quality of an item as a distinct item from the rest. The last category of items that we're going to talk about is key items. Key items are things like your starting tools and quest items, things that only appear inside of a quest and you can't get outside of the quest. These items are excluded because they block story progression in a lot of cases. For instance, with your starting tools, you need to upgrade your axe to get into the secret forest, and you technically lose your basic quality axe if you get the copper axe. And that's just something that you have to do, so we're excluding it from the rule. Same with things like the prismatic jelly for quests. Those key items are required to unlock recipes, and you need to craft everything to get perfection, for instance. So these things block story progression, so therefore they're excluded from the rule. And you can't get stacks of these anyways without glitching and cheating, and we're not glitching or cheating. So now that you know all about the different types of items in Stardew Valley, let's go over the ways that you can lose an item in Stardew Valley. You can sell the item, trash the item, donate to the museum, donate to the community center, drop the item out of your inventory onto the ground without being able to pick it back up, die in the mines and not be able to recover the item, and 7 is turn the item into another item. So that last one might seem a little obvious, like you can't craft anything if you don't already have a stack of all of the ingredients to craft it, right? But there are some things that are a bit iffy, which are the 4 different types of duplicators in Stardew Valley that we're about to go over. The first duplicator we're going to talk about is the Crystallarium. It's by far the simplest of the 4 duplicators we're going to talk about because you just put a gem into this box, and then out of the box comes the same exact gem. You can also break the box at any point to get the gem back out. So even though we temporarily lost our item into the box, we didn't actually lose it because you can always get it back and it's the exact same item you put in. Since you don't lose the original item, this is allowed. The second duplicator that we're going to talk about is the seed maker. When you put a fruit or vegetable into a seed maker, the seeds for that fruit or vegetable will come out. You can then plant these to get more of that fruit or vegetable you originally had. Because when you put your fruit into the seed maker, it became a seed, it has become a different item. Therefore, this is not allowed. On the flip side, planting the seeds to get the fruit in the first place is also not allowed until you have a stack of that seed. However, I would like to mention that it's not the act of putting the seed in the ground that makes it illegal. It's the act of taking the fruit out, because when you put it in the ground, it's still a seed. It's only once you turn it into that other item that it's a problem. For seeds, that distinction about what breaks the rules isn't that important, because once you put it in the ground, your only thing you're going to do with it is harvest it. But for our next form of duplicator, it's very important to make the distinction, and that is the egg incubator. The egg incubator lets you put an egg into it, and then that egg will hatch into an animal that will then lay more eggs for you. We are going to allow that because you do not turn the egg into another item. That animal is still there for you. You haven't lost it. However, that animal could die. If you let it out at night, it could be eaten by wild animals, and that would end the run. And so we do not want that to happen. So we will be doing our best to not use egg incubator duplication unless we have to, because that is risky. If we did use it, we would also have to make sure to keep track of the quality of the egg. So if it was like a gold star egg, we would have to make sure that we had 999 gold star eggs at some point before killing off the chicken that was made. And the fourth and final type of duplicator is the fish pond. You put a fish in a fish pond and it reproduces, and then there's more fish. This does not lose the fish because you can always fish it out. However, the quality of that fish will always change from whatever quality it was to the common quality. So therefore, to use the fish ponds, we need to have a common quality fish to begin with, or else it would change the item. Okay, everyone, strap in. Time for the final part of this video where we're going to go over the plan for all the community center bundles and how we're going to get 999 of every item we need. So the community center deliverables are broken down into 6 different rooms, and we're going to go over them from easiest to complete with our rule set to hardest to complete with our rule set. Despite being prohibitively difficult initially, the vault room will probably be your easiest and first room that we complete. This room only requires us to pay large sums of money to our Junimo overlords. The plan to get money is pretty simple. First, grind out 999 wood, build a chest, then go to the mines and put everything in the chest until we have 999 of things from the mines, because the mines is pretty valuable. And I love the mines, it's my favorite part of every game. Anyways, and then after we can sell enough things from that mining chest, we can then buy a lot of seeds, 999 of whatever the cheapest seed is for the farm, and then we can start farming and putting all of those seeds, and then we'll grow them, and then once we have 999 of the output of the seeds, we can start selling them, and then once we can start selling our growth from the farm, we're going to have like exponentially growing money from there. The second easiest room in the community center is going to be the boiler room. It has 3 bundles: the blacksmith bundle, which is just the 3 types of bars, easy peasy, probably already done by now. The geologist, which is 4 different types of stones, which can be put in the crystallarium to duplicate. And then the adventurers bundle, which is monster loot, and we're gonna have tons of monster loot from grinding out cash in the mines. The third easiest room is going to be the pantry, which is themed around farm products like animals and crops. There's the spring crops, summer crops, fall crops, and quality crops bundles, which are literally just growing crops, and as long as we have the money to buy 999 of those seeds, none of those are a problem. As for the animal bundle, you can buy animals directly from Marnie and then just let them sit and give you tons of resources, so that's easy. And then there's the artisan bundle. For the artisan bundle, we need to get 999 of 6 of the 12 things that you see here, and the easiest 6 are probably the 6 at the bottom, which are fruit trees, because you can buy 999 fruit tree seeds and then plant the fruit, and then they just grow, and then you get the fruit every day. On to number 4, the crafts room. Starting off, you have the construction bundle, which is just a bunch of wood and stone, which can just be mined and chopped down. Easy peasy. Now we have the exotic foraging bundle, which is also pretty simple. We're going to get the mushroom cave, and it's so that we can get the morels, the purple mushrooms, and the red mushrooms for this bundle. Cactus fruit is sold as seeds, so we can just grow 1,000 of those seeds at some point, and we're good. The last thing we'll get is the coconuts, because you can buy 10 a day from Sandy, and that means that we only have to go buy these for 100 days in a row, and 100 days of grinding is actually going to be not a lot for this challenge, which is horrifying. So this is where we get to the first big issue of the run, and it is the spring, summer, fall, and winter foraging bundles. The items in these bundles are supposed to be things that you find in the ground in each of these seasons, and you only need to do it like once. You just go run around once and you find the item. In any of my playthroughs, I don't think I've ever had more than like 20 of these types of items that you find on the ground. Now there is a way to farm them, which is that you can craft seeds using these forageables to get more of the forageables. But the problem is that would require me to already have 999 of each of the forageables to create the seeds, to make 999 of the seeds so that I can then use the seeds to make the forageables. So this is a real big problem. But the more I looked into it, the more things like just were bizarrely working out. So by taking the common mushrooms that we get from the mushroom cave every day, they're like the only forageable in the game that if you put into a seed maker will give you the foraging seeds. So we can put 1,000 common mushrooms into the seed maker to get 1,000 foraging seeds, and then we can plant all those to get thousands of common mushrooms, wild plums, hazelnuts, and blackberries in fall. And then this is the most bizarre part. We can then trade those seeds at the desert trader for summer seeds. If I give 2 fall seeds, I get 1 summer seed out. So we just need 2,000 fall foraging seeds, and then we can get 1,000 summer foraging seeds, and then we can plant all those seeds to get the grapes, spice berries, and sweet peas. And then we can repeat, because you can trade 2 summer seeds for 1 spring seed, and then 2 spring seeds for 1 winter seed. And so it just happened to be perfect that Concerned Date put in these little back doors to getting the forageable seeds. And so that finishes off the crafts room. The last 2 bundles are the fish tank bundle and the bulletin board bundle, and both are impossible, or at least they feel impossible. Anyways, let's go through the bulletin board first. I think that one's like slightly easier than the fish tank. The fodder bundle and enchanter's bundle only require us to either buy, grow, or produce products that we can produce in bulk easily. For the chef's bundle, maple syrup grows on trees, truffles grow out of the ground, poppies grow out of the ground, and eggs grow from chickens. Those are no problem. Now we have the maki roll, which takes a seaweed, fish, and rice to create. Rice you can buy. Fish and seaweed we have to get anyways because of the fish tank vault. We're gonna throw those off for later. Now the fiddlehead ferns are the real problem here, and those we're gonna have to collect 999 of manually. It's gonna take a long time because you just have to go around and pick up 999 of them one at a time. For the field research bundle, we'll be having our purple mushrooms coming from the mushroom cave, and the chubs will come from fish ponds. Now there's the nautilus shell and the frozen geode. Both of these can also actually be obtained from fish ponds, I believe. All of this getting punted to the fish tank as well. Then there's the dye bundle, which we have the red mushrooms, which we'll get from the cave. Sunflowers can be grown, duck feathers easy to get, aquamarines can be duplicated in the crystallariums, red cabbages can be grown, and then there's sea urchins, which can also be gotten as a fish pond byproduct. And that finishes off the bulletin board, so now on to the worst one of all, the fish tank. For the crab pot bundle, we just buy a bunch of crab pots from Willy and then just leave them out, and they will just give us tons and tons and tons of this stuff. The sunfish, catfish, shad, largemouth bass, carp, bullhead, sturgeon, sardine, tuna, red snapper, tilapia, walleye, bream, eel, pufferfish, ghostfish, sandfish, and woodskip can all be duplicated inside of fish ponds. That all seems really easy, so why is the fish tank the worst one, right? Well, the tiger trout. The tiger trout's required for the river fish bundle, and it can't reproduce. So no matter what I do, I need to catch over 999 tiger trout. I need to sit there. The fishing minigame is the worst, most time-consuming minigame in the game. You just have to sit there. It's not even instant. Like, I cast out a line, and then I just have to wait. I have to wait for like a minute before I even get one. I'm gonna have to even wait even longer because it's a random chance what fish I will get. There's so many fish that you can get. So it's like literally just like every 10 seconds I'll have a chance at getting a chance at catching the tiger trout. I might not even catch the tiger trout because I'm not perfect at this game. I have to do this over 999 times because fish have qualities. I might catch like 800 common of them and then never catch a common one again and need to catch 800 gold star ones and then never catch a gold star again, and then finally I get 999 iridium quality ones. You know how brutal that's going to be? I have to sit there and catch like 3,000 of these dang tiger trouts. I have to catch so many of them, and that's not even the worst part of this challenge. Do you remember I said that in order to use the fish pond, we needed a common quality fish to start with? Well, as you level up your fishing skill, you get higher quality fish. And if you get higher quality fish, that means that you decrease your likelihood of ever getting the lower quality fish. So this means that I need to either get all of the fish from the store, because the wandering trader has a chance to sell any fish that I need. And let me tell you, I'm gonna get as many as I can from there because I don't wanna raise my fishing level because I don't wanna be catching any quality fish. I want them all to be common until the tiger trout, and then I want them all to be the highest quality because of the fact that that'll get me there the fastest. But I need to then rely on the RNG of this wandering trader to give me every single fish. None of it's guaranteed. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I just have to check. Relying on that RNG is still not even all of the worst of it. There's more. The worst part about these fish ponds, which were supposed to save me from catching thousands and thousands and thousands of fish, is that in order to construct them, you need 5 seaweed and 5 algae. As far as I can tell, the best way to get the seaweed is to fish it all up manually. So I just have to sit there and cast out my line thousands of extra times, hoping to get seaweed because it's a small percent chance that you'll get the seaweed anyways. Just casting over and over and over and over and over again, and that gets me experience points, which means I can't even start doing this until I've already gotten all of the fish to put into the fish ponds. that I don't have the ability to create yet. And then we get to the green algae, and oh my god. So for the green algae, basically at level 6 combat, you get something called a slime egg press, which turns 100 slime drops into a slime egg, and that slime egg has a 60% chance of being green, and if you kill a green slime, you have a 10% chance of getting a green algae. So that means that we need to kill 140,000 slime drops by turning them all into these slime eggs, and then, you know, it's a 60% chance. So hopefully 140,000 will get us 1,000 green eggs, and then we can grow the green eggs, and then we have infinite slimes, infinite slime eggs that are green, and we can just infinitely kill until we get enough green algae. But 140,000 slime drops, that's gonna take me eons. Absolute eons. But you know, that's the last bundle. After that, we will be done with the community center. So yeah, I'm gonna do all that, and honestly, it's probably gonna be a really peaceful time. It's gonna be some really casual, chill gaming. I'm just gonna be sitting there on stream, because this whole series, by the way, is gonna be live streamed here on YouTube. In fact, I'm probably streaming this right now as we speak, if the video just dropped, because my plan is to be coming on and streaming at least once a week, probably on Saturdays. So if you want to join me, please do. I would love the company while I attempt this ridiculously awful challenge. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I really hope to see you on the streams. Bye!